What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. I'm going to be showcasing a strong Kanto Cup team that you guys can try for yourselves. I tried out a few different lines, and this is one that I've been having some success with climbing. I started last night around 2500 elo, and I think I ended up around 2670, so mostly positive sets. And the team, as you see on the screen, is Shadow Machamp, Alolan Muck, and Dewgong. And I know what you're thinking, Alolans, why are they allowed in Kanto Cup? Who knows, who knows? But their Kanto counterparts seem to allow them in. I make a nice play there, if you were paying attention. The Pidgeot had Brave Birded my my Muck to knock it out, so I predicted that he was going to instant swap since he was debuffed. So I actually came in with my Machamp rather than my Dewgong, and that allowed me to align myself with the Lickitung there. Made a similar play at the Milwaukee Regionals. Just kidding. I'm not going to be that guy that's like, oh, remember about the Milwaukee Regionals? Can't live in the past, right? Live in the moment. Pidgeot gonna throw another move at us. We are not gonna shield. It is a Feather Dance, so a good no shield. In comes Lapras, and I'm like, oh god, this is pretty bad. Because this Lapras can just build up a ton of energy to threaten us, and our switch clock is not nearly up. So what I do is I know I'm gonna be locked in here for a while, so I might as well throw my Icy Winds to debuff the Lapras. Even though Water Pulse is only single resisted, I think Icy Wind is the play there to debuff it. And now at this point, I'm going to try and bank a move, swap in my Machamp. I can shield once, and I'm just hoping I can get to this cross chop before they get to a third surf, and I get it off, and that is huge. Get off the third cross chop here. Pidgeot had just used a Feather Dance, so it should not be out of move. And that's why I do one Ice Shard and then Icy Wind just to guarantee knockout. I think I probably just could have Icy Winded from there. Would have KO'd anyway. But we get a win. G to the G. You'll also see towards the end of this video, I end up implementing Lickitung into the team. And the battles are actually, the Lickitung battles actually came before the Dewgong battles. And I felt like Dewgong just gave me a little bit more coverage against Nidoqueen. Because when I led against Nidoqueen, I only had like neutral answers for it with Muck and Lickitung. And whenever there was a 2-shield Nidoqueen in back, I just lost. Because all my Pokemon lose to Nidoqueen in the 2-shield. So that is why you'll see that change eventually. It was actually Lickitung to Dewgong rather than Dewgong to Lickitung. But I like the play that Shadow Machamp has against things like Raticate, Alolan Sandslash, Lickitung, Snorlax. Alolan Muck has always been a good safe swap. I'm running Snarl rather than Poison Jab. I think Poison Jab makes sense too with this team. I'm just electing to run Snarl because I feel like it's a little bit more flexible on a safe swap, especially with this team. In my opinion, Snarl makes it a little bit better against things like Nidoqueen, because you get to that Dark Pulse faster. This person's staying in with a Poliwrath, and I'm like, okay, this is good. My backline avoids this, because backline does not want to see. This play is a little bit questionable, because I could have just thrown my Cross Chop, but instead I catch the Scald on Dewgong, and look what comes in, a freaking Magneton, and I'm like, oh crap, this is terrible. So I may have been better off just just throwing my Cross Chop. I have to just completely sacrifice my Dewgong. It's never fun when you have to just completely sacrifice a Pokemon. I know that he can only get to one move here, so what I end up doing is countering down and shielding once. This way I come out with a ton of energy. I know that Poliwrath doesn't have a move, and my opponent actually top left, so my guess is they're pretty dang weak to Machamp, and the Machamp with energy was going to be too much for them to deal with. G to the G as we search for our next opponent. And as this video goes up today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going on a family trip later today. I'm flying out to Seattle, believe it or not. Not for GoFest, that's in like 3 weeks, but we're going on a family cruise, so I'm not going to be posting for about a week, from about Saturday till Saturday. I will be MIA in terms of YouTube posts and streaming. So Don't forget about me when I'm gone. That's a song. Oh, man. When I'm gone, when I'm gone. You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you, at least. Anyways, we safe swapped a Muck into the Beedrill lead. Beedrill, tough matchup from a champ. Gonna double resist those counters. So we're building up to 2 Dark Pulses here. We should get them both off with the new game mechanics, right? They're gonna sneak every time. They barely KO'd, and I feel like he might have had a move there, and he just didn't expect to live. So fortunate for us. Shields are down, so I decided to go for the Sludge Wave. I feel like this is probably the right play. I mean, the only argument for Dark Pulse is like maybe my opponent would have got greedy over farming. Get off 2. Coming with Champ. In comes Nido, and this game just came down to switch advantage, right? As soon as I took back switch against the Beedrill, we were able to flip this one. So what could our opponent have done? Not sure. Maybe like swap the Lapras into Muck. I think the Lapras wins that matchup, but it's probably not super comfortable. And now this Lapras is super low. I go for the Water Pulse. He's going to get off a move here. If it's a Surf, I should live. And the reason I was comfortable just going for Water Pulse there and not settling for Icy Wind was because Icy Wind wouldn't quite KO. And I knew he would have to like bash me to KO me. And if he bashes me, then my Machamp would be able to just take out the Lapras because it wouldn't have had much energy. Searching for the next opponent. Who's going to try and take us down next? Let's see. Machamp into Lapras. Very good lead. They swap their own Primeape, and this is a tricky situation for this team. When they swap a fighter, excuse me, we don't have a solid answer, so it always puts me in a bit of a tough spot when they swap their own fighter. I do get the counter down. And I was thinking about blind swapping, but I actually just stayed in. And here's a mistake. I'm only going to get to 1 move here, and I cross chop instead of rock. If I had rock slided, this might have been a lot better. Because just that little bit of extra damage. But this is fine. Wigglytuff is manageable for us. And I'm like debating, do I switch? Do I stay? I decided I'm just going to stay because I still have a shield, and I can get off a bunch of Icy Winds here to try and get rid of this Wiggly. Wiggly is double debuffed at this point. Gets off a move. I'm pretty sure I can tank a double debuffed Play Rough from here. And I take it comfortably, and I can actually farm down. I throw my move. They're forced to throw. And I actually decide to shield because I feel like he kind of has to shield. And I can also debuff him in this way. Like 2 moves probably won't even KO my Muck. So I commit a shield just to get off my debuff. Then I can safely get to a Dark Pulse here. He would have needed at least 2 Surfs to take me out. 1 Bash wouldn't have done the trick. Unless he was running like Blizzard or something. Maybe that would still one-shot me. And we get a nice win there for a 4-1 set, I think. Nice little Wingull as a reward. And 2586, on to the next one. Same squad. Oh no, now we're going with the Lickitung team. So I actually preferred the Dugong team to the Lickitung team, full transparency. And you see me actually stay in to cross-chop the Nido. And the reason I do that is because in previous games with this team, when they swapped the Nido, I would like swap my Muck or I'd swap my Licky, and they'd oftentimes take back switch advantage. So this time I actually cross-chop and then go, because I had learned from my mistakes. And this was also a reason I swapped Licky for Dugong, was because the Nidoqueen answer was just very difficult to deal with. The Nidoqueen safe swap, I should say. In comes Licky. I'm double debuffed. This is a little scary, because if this Lickitung like commits to a full lick down, I could be in a lot of trouble. Going for body slams here. Just over farming a bit to try and throw off their counting. Body slam starting to add up. Opponent finally unleashes their energy. Takes us out. Gonna come in with Champ. I think they denied me there, so maybe a little bit of lag. Deny shouldn't be happening anymore. In comes Hypno. And I'm like, okay, we should be in a good spot here. Unless I screw this up. I get the sneak, and then this is awkward, right? Because, like, I don't want to let in an entire free confusion, but I also, like, end up going over 100 energy, so probably could have, like, played that out better. Opponent throws here, which is helpful because now I can do one Snarl and throw my Dark Pulse. I should outpace them to the third Dark Pulse. Oh, they let it go. And now this is a little scary. Because I got to try and get to 2 Dark Pulses here. I'm not sure if I can. Can I live this Body Slam and get to 2? I have 2. The Lick snuck through. Can I live one more Lick and get off double Dark Pulse? I can. But will this KO? Licky's a tanky boy. Doesn't quite KO, but we just quick swap Machamp. And one counter does the trick. GG, very close one there. Very close. Just shows you how strong Lickitung can be. Even in like neutral matchups. That Body Slam hits the Machamp fairly hard and it can hold its own against Muck even though it's dealing resisted lick damage. Machamp into Dugong, good lead. But another Nidoqueen swap, and this time it's a Shadow. And these Nidoqueen swaps for this team without the Dugong are so difficult to manage. I'm never going to shield the first one, which I shouldn't say to you guys, because you guys will start like earth powering me if I say I'm never going to shield the first. But man, just look how oppressive Nido is, dude. It's so annoying to deal with. If you're a Nidoqueen user, I am sorry, but it is my least favorite Pokemon to play. I make a misplay there, and I have low battery signal. I actually let in a free jab, and if I had just timed that a little bit better, I don't think they're able to get off that last jab before I would have gotten to a body slam. And now we're in a rough spot. I'm hoping maybe I can like get a shield here if they were off on their counts, but opponent is on point. And now I'm like, how the heck do I win this? I was afraid if I let the this punch go through that I would end up just getting like fast move down. So I go up to 100. I just take it out. Kind of interesting. Maybe I could have undercharged there. But yeah, even though I have this energy advantage, this Dugong's probably going to be a little bit too much. It's just so bulky. They smartly shield the first so they can debuff me. And at this point, like even 2 Sludge Waves probably doesn't quite KO. So Dugong has this one wrapped up against us. I overfarm quite a bit. I go for a CMP tie, but like we ain't living an Icy Wind. And they are living the Sludge Wave. Very well played by the opponent, having a tough lead and able to come back and win. Basically just the Nidoqueen safe swap was tough for us. Another great lead from Machamp. In comes Muck. And once again, don't have an obvious answer to this, so we're going to stay in at least for a while. Get off our cross chop. We get shield advantage. I'm only 1 counter away here from a cross chop. Opponent smartly goes for the Dark Pulse, and I lag, which doesn't allow me to swap, but that's all right. This is going to allow me to get a big overfarm here, and Muck's energy is usually pretty threatening. I go up to 2 Dark Pulses. I was perfectly fine taking a Dark Pulse. So his Muck puts in a lot of work, but we're up shields and we're up energy. I really was thinking I would live an Ice Punch from this range, but check this out. Ice Punch takes us out, and there's a Nido in back. And I'm like, my worst nightmare. Shadow Nidoqueen. It just stresses me out, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Fang, you lose. Tap, 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 you lose. Ugh, such an annoying Pokemon, but I don't blame the trainers for using it, right? Because it's so powerful, it's so strong. And most of my losses with this team were 2 Shadow Nidoqueen teams, so don't hate the play, I hate the game. Very well played by the opponent. Saving shield for the Nido in back. And nothing I could do at that point. Should have shielded the Muck. Shielding the Muck's probably the play there. Might have had a chance. Catch a Mean Foo. Oh, a little too far ahead. Let's see. All right, positive lead. And a Hitmonchan safe swap. So once again, a little bit tricky here. We don't have an obvious answer to a fighter swap, so we kind of have to stay in with our own fighter. I'm going to shield respect like a Thunder Punch here, but our opponent smartly Power Up Punch baits us, and now their counters will do more. I go for the Cross Chop here, which is a debatable play. Perhaps should have just gone for the Simul KO. But Licky's bulky enough where it can tank anything here. I don't think it was enough for close combat. Maybe I was wrong. But just a Thunder Punch. In comes Lapras, shields down. And I'm like, okay, this is totally fine. I overfarmed just a little bit. Get off my Power Wit. I knew I wasn't quite in Surf range, so I was fine overfarming. And our opponent gets greedy on their overfarm and actually allows us to get off this Body Slam first. So a bit of a misplay by our opponent. In comes Mew. And even if they had thrown their energy, I think we were still in an okay spot there. Because Dark Pulse plus Snarl pretty much one-shots the Mew. So definitely would have been closer, though, if Lapras was able to keep track of our energy and get off their moves. Searching for the next opponent. What's with these queue times? My Elo's, I'm not even on the leaderboards or anything. I'm getting queue times. All right. Machamp Mirror. So check how this plays out. We end up just countering each other down. Because with the sneak being inevitable now, with a sneak happening every time, neither of us wants to like throw and then the other person's shield and then we get farmed down. So this is tricky. Opponent, I brought the Muck in. They brought the Snorlax in. And now, like, I don't want to necessarily swap my Licky down energy into Muck. So I wait for him to throw. I save some energy on my Muck. And now I'm going to play this out. I don't shield in case they decide to spray, and they do indeed Acid Spray. Poison Jab, Acid Spray, also a very good moveset for Muck. I think I mentioned that earlier. I think that would work as well if you guys want to try out this team. Body Slam coming through. I wasn't sure if a Dark Pulse KO'd me with the debuff, so I end up shielding and they do Acid Spray me, so very nice bait by them. That's going to be very impactful as opposed to if I had let that go. At this point, I'm just going to try and put it all in my Muck. I know I have energy stored. I'm going for the Sludge Wave because I know Dark Pulse wouldn't do enough to Snarl down. They let it go, and now I can go for the Snarl down. I have to shield, and this is going to come down to whether I can live enough Poison Jabs to get to 2 Dark Pulses. I go for the double up. The jab comes through. I should have this unless he has a move and wins CMP. First Dark Pulse. Second Dark Pulse, and we're gonna knock out our evil twin and get the win there. Muck showing up and showing out and gets us the dub. Only 1 or 2 battles remaining, it looks like, from the footage. Really close game in that previous one. Could have gone either way. Gonna skip ahead just a bit. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys are liking Kanto Cup, if you have a team that's working really well for you. Terrific lead into the A/. And once again, a fighter safe swap. Something that my teams haven't been too prepared for. I do get the counter through. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can just counter all the way down now. And you'll see me blind swapping Licky because I don't want this energy to go to waste against something. Blind swap the Licky. It's a Nido. The unfortunate thing, though, is my champ is so low, it's probably only going to get one move off in this game. I want to make sure I get my Body Slam off before he's able to swap into his Sand Slash. My Body Slam's more valuable here. Now he swaps Sand Slash. And this is very tricky because I have that energy on champ, but I don't think I can live a Shadow Claw, so I think I'm only going to get off one move here. I'm able to store 2 Body Slams. I catch, but he wins CMP, and it's like, do I shield? Do I not have all this energy? So I end up shielding, and I'm like, please don't shield, please don't shield. But he smartly shields, knowing his Shadow Claw went through. I come in with my Muck, knowing I'm going to have to take a Bulldoze, but I should be able to live a Bulldoze. Takes it on the chin. I just want to get rid of this thing. I know I have 2 Body Slams banked. I have 2 Body Slams banked on my Licky. I just need to be able to live a jab. Because they're going to sneak with the new mechanics. So I just need to be able to live a jab on Licky. They Earth Power me. 1 Body Slam. Come on, Licky. Tank the jab. Does just over half. Is this Body Slam enough? Get all the bubbles. Come on, Licky. Lick away. And Licky licking like a lollipop. Like a lollipop. That was so bad, sorry. But the battles weren't bad. They were pretty good. And we end up getting the win. Is there one more? Oh my god. There's one more. I feel like we want to end on the positive note. I hope I don't lose this one. Over farm here. On the Licky, this looks like it's the safe swap scenario. I've got all this energy, so it looks like I'm going to commit a shield. My guess is the lead was close to, was a good matchup for champ, which caused them to swap. Oh no, actually I disagree. Yes, this is right. Oh no. Not this game. Okay. So it was the Confusion Slowbro lead. I swapped out. I take back switch. I'm like, okay, I'm in a good spot now. And your boy, you guys are going to like this. I'm not going to like this. I get focus blasted. And I end with a top left. So back-to-back games. We get an amazing win and a brutal defeat. Getting focus blasted by the Galarian Slowbro. If I shield that, I think I'm in a decent spot. But well played by the opponent. I just totally blanked on the focus blast. In my head, I remember thinking like Psychic Sludge Bomb, I can tank one. And boom, focus blast just totally had a mind fart. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've got one video coming for you on Spicy Saturday, and then it's going to be a week of no uploads, no streams because I'm going on a family vacation. I'm leaving in a couple of hours, so I will miss y'all. And I hope you guys miss my uploads a little bit, but they'll be back in about a week. So stay tuned. Don't forget about me. And yeah, don't you forget about me. But don't forget as well to comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you enjoyed the content. And all that said, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.